I believe that as Pennsylvania goes, there's a reason that, I mean, right now, the debate is next week, right? Kamala Harris is parked out in Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh. Now, granted, it's the western part of the state, but like they're there for a reason. They could have gone anywhere to prep for the debate and to script their one-liner attacks on Donald Trump. But they chose Pennsylvania because they need those 19 electoral votes that are crucial to that blue wall, right? But I get so excited when I hear you talk about Northeast Pennsylvania and how well Trump is doing there. Do the people, when you talk to them and you're saying, hey, my name's Rob Bresnahan, I'm running against Matt Cartwright, he's a progressive liberal, whatever. Is it we like, hey, we get it. It's just about this race? Or do they say, hey, don't worry, Rob, we get it. As this district goes, so goes Pennsylvania, so goes the race. Do they get the magnitude that if on election night, if those 19 electoral votes from Pennsylvania go to Donald Trump, I don't see how he loses. When you talk to people, do they get that, or is that kind of not really the focus when you're campaigning?
I don't think we do. Just like we don't understand that there are 3 flippable seats in the United States. There are 5 congressional districts that Trump won both in 16 and in 20, and the Democrat has survived. And this seat in Pennsylvania 8 could very well determine if Republicans have a House majority come January. So I think people are looking at it much broader. But people do understand the significance of Pennsylvania. I mean, we just had Donald Trump was in Wilkes-Barre 3 weeks ago now doing a rally at the arena. I believe this was his 5th time back to Northeastern Pennsylvania. And back when he won in 2016, you look at all the different counties.
Right. But we all get it. I mean, like I just said, I will be, that's to me. If you tell me how Pennsylvania goes, I get it. But I guess the question is sometimes, the voters are focused on issues that matter to them, rightly so. You mentioned the kitchen table issues. Those are what they want to talk to you about. They're like, you're going to be a member of Congress. We need better jobs. We need a stronger economy, interest rates. But do they understand that hey, by the way, we also get that our vote for president matters hugely?
Starting to. Yeah. I think because of so much attention coming to Pennsylvania, so much time people are spending in Pennsylvania. I mean, Labor Day just passed, and I feel that a lot of people are now putting up their feelers saying, oh, wow, Pennsylvania really is in play. And, we've been talking about this because we've been following it and the significance of Pennsylvania. But those 19 electoral college votes will decide the White House. There's
100. I mean, I think Trump can win without them. She can't. And that's the key, right? And so, but that leads me to the next question, which is early voting starts for you guys real soon, right? Next week?
Very soon, but 2 weeks.
And how do you feel vis-a-vis like the past? You mentioned some of the issues that happened last time. Do you feel like there have been improvements in Pennsylvania's voting procedures, that it's going to be smoother this time? Do you think that people are willing to go vote early? Like, is there enough taking place to help us? Because as we saw last time, we'll win on election day. It's those other votes that are going to be the issue.
I would say yes. Some of the groups that I've known, I mean, we've been perpetual advocates for voting by mail. We've been calling it the blue collar ballot. My grandfather had a brain aneurysm rupture in December. I mean, he's the prime example of someone that always votes, goes to the polls. And it's getting those people to capture their vote, make sure that they vote by mail. Also, the blue collar ballot, we call it. If there's that 1% probability that you might not make it out to the polls that day. Also, we've had snowstorms on election day. There's a plethora of reasons that can be unforeseen that end up preventing you from coming to the polls. Even just life itself. If you have dance practice for your daughter, or work runs late, like there's a million different excuses as to why you can't vote. But I would tell you some of the base Republicans in some of the prior elections didn't necessarily trust the system. Mm-hmm. But now just at the Wayne County Fair, they converted over 800 registered voters into vote by mail voters. So I would say the groups that were all mainly concerned about the mail-in ballot have fully embraced it. And obviously, with Scott Pressler coming to advocate what he's trying to do on the registration side, I think it's going to be a lot different this time. I really do.
Okay. You mentioned your grandfather. I know you come from like a big union family background. How is the union vote in your area and to the extent that you know in Pennsylvania? Because from the outside looking in, I get the sense that more and more union workers are voting Republican or voting Trump, and more of the union leadership are clinging to that old model of voting for Democrats.
You nailed it. Absolutely.
Whoa, gold star for me.
That's right. Check into the box. Absolutely. I mean, the rank and file guys, they want, they want jobs. They want economic opportunity. They want to work in the energy sectors. I mean, I'm a heavy highway electrical contractor. My family business is 53 years old. We do traffic signals, intelligent transportation systems, power distribution. After natural disasters, I came in 2009 as CFO after we got crushed by the financial downturn in 2008. And we had 50 jobs that depended on decisions and a succession plan. We've grown to 150 people. We worked in 16 or 17 different states. And I mean, I actually have some of the IBW linemen had offered and volunteered to be in our campaign commercials. So I thought, and they actually reached out to the campaign team directly and insisted that they came and spoke because they know what we've done for our families. And people say jobs, jobs, jobs. But sure, I mean, it's apprenticeship programs. It's the ability to earn while you learn. And obviously having a family sustaining career with benefits, which is what Northeastern Pennsylvania has been born and bred on.
Just out of curiosity, because this has always been we've always talked about 4-year college. Are you an advocate of this idea that, hey, we don't not everyone needs a 4-year degree from a high-priced liberal institution, but in fact, the trades are really what we should be also thinking about?
Huge. I was the past chair of the Joint Apprenticeship Training Committee for one of the local IBWs, and I was a health, wellness, and annuity trustee. And I'm glad you asked this question because this morning, my shower pipe broke. And I watched water pour into my garage. And let me tell you, expanding the use on the 529s to be used for apprenticeship programs. I mean, these are jobs that will never be replaced by AI. We are always going to need truck drivers. We are always going to need welders, carpenters, electricians, HVAC contractors. I mean, these are the paramount of our society. I mean, we see.
Did you fix the shower?
No, I had to call someone. I mean,
wait, I figured. How do you? Wait. Hold on a second. How does? I thought you would be the guy. This is one with your background. I think you'd be the guy to be like, all right, don't worry, I got this.
I'm the first one to admit when not to lead, and I've always. There's actually an ad that we're going to be releasing about me trying to be handy and me exasperating the problem by me trying to be handy, and it just goes to show how much more I appreciate our tradesmen and women that are in the field. And I appreciate when they answer the phone because I was using a shop vac in the shower trying to get the water out. And it just goes to show that these are jobs that will never be replaced, that we're always going to have a need for.
Let me ask you, on election night, if I'm looking at Pennsylvania 8 and Rob Bresnahan is announcing that he wins, does that mean that Donald Trump has won Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Okay. So looking at the 8th district to me is a big tell.
Yes, I think the Pennsylvania 8 decides the state of Pennsylvania, and the state of Pennsylvania decides the White House.
That's a lot. That's bold. All right, I like that.
No pressure over here in PA.
No. And let me ask you this last question: do you think we know the winner of Pennsylvania's 19 electoral vote on election night, or is this going to be another, 4 or 5 day, deal where we have to figure out who won?
Unfortunately, the latter.
Geez, why? God, I think I just don't know how people don't fix this. We have other countries, other states, and Pennsylvania keeps going, we're going to put out a tweet saying it's going to take days. I just don't understand how the folks in Pennsylvania don't demand better from Governor Shapiro, et cetera.
We have a state rep race that still hasn't been decided since the primary, and it's over 5 votes.
What?
Yes.
What's the hard part?
There's some challenges, whether envelopes, outer seals were dated. Is it constitutionally viable to argue?
Oh, my gosh.
Talk about every vote matter. I mean, every vote matters. It's 5 votes.
That's insane. I get it. I mean, hey, it could be two. Remember, Florida, 2,286. So every vote does count. Rob, I hope you don't have to worry about that. I wish you the best in the final 60 days. Please, we will definitely keep an eye on your race now. Pennsylvania 8 on election night will be one that we're looking for, and we'll hope we put you over the top and see you in Washington.
John, thanks for having me on.
Well, if you enjoyed this content, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get more.